Hi everyone, my name is Syed. I've been living here in Copenhagen for the past 1 year, and today I'm going to show you practically, without exaggerating or speaking rubbish. I'm going to exactly show you how can you apply and land onto a warehouse job without a forklift license. So here we are on the screen with Google, and I'm going to type student consulting. Here we are at the website. Mark this website, take a screenshot or do whatever you want, but this is really important website. So basically it's a student consulting group, and they are third party recruitment agencies for the big clients slash warehouses, mainly in European countries. For example, they have their branches in different cities, like for example Oslo, Stockholm, Denmark, in Copenhagen, and other major cities across the Scandinavian countries, and also there are a few European countries. So you can go check their website and see what they are, uh, where they are hiring the employees. So here we are at the website, and they have almost 2000 job vacancies, and they are based in Denmark, Norway, Stockholm, Gothenburg, and other cities. Their industries are IT, finance jobs, teaching jobs, and all other industries. They mainly recruit for the full-time jobs, student jobs, seasonal works, and whatever you can find. So it's really important website. As a starter, as an expert, if you're new, you are a student, or you're looking for a job, and since the job market is extremely tough, it's really hard to find a job. And generally in Denmark, it's really common if you are being laid off from your job, or if you are in between jobs and you are trying to land on a job. I can understand, I can relate. I've been there. I mean, experienced and still experiencing. So what you can do, just go there, register yourself, log in. I already have an account, so I'm not gonna use it, but I'm gonna show you the process. So here, for example, we go to this search, and we will search a keyword called warehouse. And since it's gonna show us the warehouse in the whole region, for example, in the all so here we are at the search bar, and we are going to type two things. We're gonna type warehouse, and then we are going to write the place that we are looking for the job. So for example, I am based in Denmark, so I'm gonna write Copenhagen, but in Danish the Copenhagen is Copenhagen. It is this. So if you are in Stockholm, you can also write Stockholm in Swedish. Even if you are in Oslo, you can write Oslo in Norwegian. And okay, let's search. So we have almost 34 matching jobs and 16 ads. So look at the listing now, and let's get into one of these. So they are looking for warehouse workers for Vitoe. And are you motivated to join XYZ and this and that? The position involves pick and pack, inbound, replenishment, whatever. And they are looking for what? Or they're looking for? They're looking for a person strives for excellence, have a stamina to be on your feet throughout the day. According to my personal experience, you must be physically active. You don't need to be a heavyweight bodybuilder or anything like that. You should be, you can pick some boxes, you can deliver some goods. So you must be physically active, and you don't even need a forklift license. So yeah, And then they ask that you must be communicating effectively in English or Danish. So this is one of the harsh requirement that you have to check. If the job description is it's in Danish, so you can assess that the job would require some communication in Danish, so you can avoid that. But still, if you are looking for one, you must apply even if you don't speak Danish. So most likely you will land on something that they are, because 90% of the population speak the English language. So don't, it doesn't really matter. I mean, like, you just have to analyze the job description and see what works for you. And yeah, working hours are important because there are some hours during the midnight, during the daytime, so you can assess whichever works for you. And you see, they are just looking for a basic candidate and they are not looking for some experienced person. So this is something that you can apply. And since I'll be giving you some demonstration, I'm gonna copy this job description. I'm gonna go to my favorite AI tool called Gemini. It's not my favorite, but it's like one of the favorites. And I'm gonna write tailor my CV according to the given job description. Okay, and here's the job description, and we have pasted the job description. And now I'm gonna show you a basic CV template. It's my personal CV and I have secured a few jobs by using this template. It's pretty basic, boring and clear. The thing is, when we come from other countries as expat, as a foreign student or whatever we are, so we think that by exaggerating colors on our CV, or highlighting the design variations, the recruiter would be, he must be really happy and he must be saying, oh, this applicant is super, I'm going to hire this person as soon as possible. It's not going to work like this in the real job industry. So your CV should be simple, basic, clear, and it should be handwritten. We are going to use AI, but we are not gonna copy paste the whole stuff. We are going to add a few human touch. And yeah, I'm gonna show you how do I do that. So here I have my basic CV template. There's a profile section, we have experience. So there are people who say that, for example, if you are a new person, if you are a completely new person and you don't have any experience from your past and you're looking for a job, very basic job like this, what should you do? You can just write your skills. You don't need to write your experience. Or you can write a different experience. For example, if you have worked in hotels or other industries, and you can say that I have done this, and somehow if you can connect those skills. For example, efficiency is everywhere. In every job industry, efficiency is everywhere. So you can write that I was really efficient, I was really physically active, I was like very, I was taking the assignments and completing the projects within the time frames and this and that. So you can add those, or maybe give this job description to ChatGPT and ask if the ChatGPT will provide you with list of different relevant skills that you can match with your previous experience and you can highlight in your CV. So here's the thing, you can also write about your education. If you're doing your bachelor's, master's, whatever you're doing, just keep it simple and nice and precise. And in the skills section, you can write whatever you want that is not actual. You must write what is highly relevant for the job description that you're going to apply for. So in the reference section, some people say that reference would be provided after after demanding and this and that. You can also write that, but in my experience, I feel it, the way that I have written it, it's the name of a person, he's a warehouse manager, and its number is hidden, his email is hidden. You can also do the same, and you can keep it like it's for the recruiter. That recruiter might feel, oh, okay, this is something real, so the reference could be real. So it gives more surety to the recruiter to believe in your CV. So I'm going to copy all of it. I'm gonna go to Gemini. I'm gonna say, here's my CV, and it's gonna take a little time, and it's gonna rephrase and rewrite my CV according to the job description. And as you know, I don't want to use complex prompts to AI. I don't want to do that. I want to keep it as simple as possible and as basic, so that you can all do the same thing as I'm doing right now. So it has provided me with the CV, and I'm gonna take some time. I'm gonna rewrite it according to what I think is is real, and then we're gonna follow up. So I have made some changes, and I think this is pretty nice. And yeah, let's take this CV, and now I'm going to apply for the job now. Here we are at the listing, and we have their info at studentconsulting.dk. Here they have this email, but we will press this button, apply for job, and then it's gonna ask if we have a profile or not. And I'm just gonna log in since I already have a profile. So I'm gonna upload my CV here, and then here's the thing. This thing is optional. It's a personal letter. It's a really short motivational letter about you. If you want to write it, you can write it. It's optional. You can decide what you want to do, and you can apply here. And after applying, give them a call after a few weeks, and tell them that I am based in this city, I live this far from the warehouse, and I've been following on your website about the job listing that you guys are posting. So I am highly interested, and just call me for interview. I just want to be at the job as soon as possible. So try to irritate them, and not irritate them, but like just keep a good follow, and then hopefully if you keep yourself consistent, hopefully you will find a job. This is exactly how I found my first job in Denmark, and that I did for almost 9 months. And yeah, it's a really nice thing, because in the start you might struggle with a lot of different things. You may be homesick, you may be missing your family, and you're struggling with your finances, you're struggling with your new culture in this new country. So you have to get to back to your you have to manage your finances. So it's gonna be hard in the start, but believe me, you have to keep yourself persistent. And this is the first website that I'm showing you, and hopefully in the future I'm going to show you more details, and I'm going to also share my experience. And you can follow me, you can like, comment, whatever. You can also share it with the relevant friends who think that this video could help them land on a better job. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll be getting back to you with another video with another topic with more practical information. So yeah, thank you so much. Goodbye.